Hey, welcome to Made by Mary. I'm Mary, of course, and I make things. So, welcome to my new YouTube channel. I thought I'd make up a YouTube channel to help other people make props, special effects, makeup, and other items that you can use in movies or plays, videos of your sorts, or just for fun. I was in a play myself and couldn't find tutorials on how to make a knife, which we're going to work on today, that can stick into anything. Oh, this is a bad example. Can we redo that? Darn it. Can you just cut that out?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, today we're going to be working on a prop knife that retracts, and then I redid this because I had to remodify it, but it goes onto a magnetic strip that you can either put into a wig or the back of a shirt or wherever you need it, and it sticks and stays. Oh my god, why won't it work?
Take 3.
Here's the knife that I reconstructed so it can stick and stay in the magnetic strip. Bam! Just like that. So you got a nice big strike zone, and he can take the knife back out, or she, and stick and stab the person over and over again. So, let's get to it. Before we get started, like and subscribe and share some love for my new channel. Let's get started. Okay, first I want to show that the magnetic strip can go either in a wig, which I first designed for the play Bug, which was a really good play. But if you take off the wig, and there goes Larry on the floor. Anyway, you just put it in the back of the wig, and then what I did is I just tacked it with a little bit of thread, and then it stuck right back into the wig. So, yes, I'm making some bloopers, but that's life, right? Okay, so, anyway, back on to Larry. Larry, be nice. He's very slippery. This is quite comical. Okay, this is real life. Anyway, here we go. So, whenever you're stabbing someone in the back of the head, tried this over and over again with numerous people and the actor that had it on his head. Can't even feel it. So the strike zone is there. You got a knife that sticks in the back of the head and looks wicked cool from an audience perspective. There's no stopping and then putting a knife in there, or a permanent knife stuck in the head, and then you're like, I gotta be hiding this knife in the back of my head for this shot. And it's just, this is so much easier. So I hope you guys enjoy this, because this was such a treat, and I designed it to where you can deconstruct it if you ever need to fix it, because the spring does lock up every now and then. And then, unfortunately, the actor had allergic reaction to the glue, so I had to transfer it to a shirt, which I was happy that I could take this out. I put Velcro on it then. Okay, bye-bye, Larry. And I put it into a shirt. And what I did was, I don't have the shirts we used in the play, but I put 2 Velcro strips. I have rolls of the Velcro right here. You put 2 Velcro strips here, so you can just put the swatch right on there. And then, whenever the actor has it on, boom, you're good to go. He's stabbed in the back, and it looks great. We even put a blood pack on the handle and made a squirting blood pack that went great, because when the actor was using it when he was stabbing, on the thrust outward, he squeezed the blood pack, but you know, the blood went everywhere. It was awesome. And nobody knew any the wiser, because he already had the knife in his hand. So, but let's get going with how to do this. First, I'm going to deconstruct the knife. I have to find where I started the electrical tape. Electrical tape is my friend. Okay, here we go, folks. And this is not the usual janky prop knife. This is your normal prop knife you can get from the Halloween store. I mean, this is a joke. This is non-realistic. I tried deconstructing this one, taking it apart, and making this thing work, and there's no... I mean, look at the difference. This is ridiculous. So, one thing I could have done was spray paint this a little bit, you know, more silver to make it a little bit more realistic, but this worked out fine. So, but anyway, let's get going without me babbling on and on. Now this is great because, whoop, the magnets just come right off. What I did was I bought the rectangular super magnets, and there's 2 on each side piled on into each other, and then I made 2 wedges to put in between. That way when it, you know, slides on here, the knife has room to slide up and down, and also it slides all the way down to the strike zone. Because what I'll do, I gotta show you the knife that it came with. Hang on. If you're looking for a good knife, get the Deluxe Disappearing Dagger. Now notice it has this little piece on the top here. I had to use a knife and cut that off. So you want to remove that for sure. And then you're left with, you know, this part of the knife. And I still have to let go of more tape. Okay. I did have to, once you take this apart, I did have to run a blade down the whole side of this real carefully. All the way down the whole side of the knife to pop this thing apart without breaking it. Be very careful, and if you're younger, please ask for adult supervision, so no one gets hurt, okay? So, but you do have to use a sharp knife to get this apart. The spring, the one thing I noticed, that if I didn't do this part, I had to put a piece of electrical tape on the bottom to support the spring. Because if I didn't do that, whenever the knife kept being repetitively used, the spring would jam. So once I did this, that solved the problem. So, whenever you're doing this, make sure to put one small piece of electrical, you know, the size of the electrical tape on the bottom. Just straight across, okay? And then, just put your knife piece back in. And then you're gonna put the knife back together, just like so. It's so sticky from the blood. We used so much blood in that play. And let's find the electrical tape start. Now the fun part starts. Electrical tape. So what you're going to do is you want it to look like, you know, you bound an actual knife. You know, like a knife gets, you know, binding around it. So you're going to start around the top and then slowly go on a diagonal. Okay? Smoothing out the wrinkles. And then you're just going to work your way down. And then once you get to the bottom, cut it off. Okay? Then like I said, with those 2 magnets, what I did was I doubled them up on each side, the 2 rectangular magnets. Then I made 2 wedges to put inside to keep them separated, because these suckers will just want to, you know, go right together. But always make sure you test before you put it on the knife which side is, you know, the right side. Oh, I lost a magnet. That does happen. I have to re-glue that. But, so, make sure you put the right side down. Put it on the knife. And then what you're going to do is start all over again from the top. Okay? Go around the knife. And then slowly come down. Now this, you have to kind of use your judgment looking down in the barrel. Slowly come around the base. Taper the tape. And make sure as you're doing this, test the knife as it's going down. Because you don't want to make it too tight to where the knife is going to jam constantly. See? There we go. So you're going to come down. Here we go. And then you're just going to come back down all the way down that knife again. And then cut it off. And you have a retractable magnetic knife that's going to stand someone, which is awesome. Now, as far as the magnetic strip, as you can see, I lost one. I always had to repair a couple of the magnets, but that's okay. All I did was take 2 pieces of material, and what I have in here, which you can't see, there are, I don't know if you can see through here, but there are 6 circle magnets back here. So to make this super magnetic to where we wouldn't have it, once he hit the actor, the knife wasn't going to go plop. Alright, I'll show you how I made the actual swatch. I took 2 pieces of material, cut them out. You can make the swatch as big as you want, but this is the size we needed. So I put the first layer down, put the 6 magnets on the bottom. I glued them down with hot glue. Put this down, the next piece of material, then glued my plastic piece down, which I got from a cutting board that I had extra. You can get these at the dollar store. So, but any hard piece of plastic would be great. And then after that, I glued the magnets down. And you want to make sure you're putting the right side down. So you can always test with your knife first. That's why it's nice to pick the knife first. But make sure that you've got the right side down. And then flip it over and glue it down. Now when you're gluing these, because they're so strong, you're going to glue one at a time and hold it and make sure it's done drying with the glue. And then move on to your next one. Otherwise, and I would go from opposite corners and then work my way in. Because when I was doing this, it was frustrating because these magnets are really powerful and they would just fly out of my hand and go right to the next magnet, and there would be glue on them and on my hands, and it was a mess. So I suggest that you put them one at a time and glue them slowly and take your time and don't rush like I did. So once you get that done, what I did was put Velcro. It's kind of handy that I have an electrician as a husband, so he brings me wonderful rolls of Velcro. Different sizes too. I even have jumbo. Anyway, you can get Velcro anywhere, even in Walmart, whatever. What I did, you can just do 2 strips. 2 strips is totally fine. One on the top, one on the bottom. I did 4. I thought I was going to have to reinforce it that much, but I didn't need to. Once I slapped it into the shirt with the top and the bottom, it was plenty. So, once you get that far, you've got your swatch you can put anywhere. Shirt, in a wig, like we had it, like I showed you. Anywhere. And then you can have fun taking your knife and stabbing someone for pretend. And like I said, we put a blood bag on the side of the handle, and nobody knew. and he could squirt, you know, he just squeezed it with his hand, blood went everywhere. It was awesome. Nobody knew any better. I hope you enjoyed this and this helps you with your journey of your plays or videos or movie making fun. Instead of having to do stop motion with one knife and then another half knife put into somebody, you can just do it all with just one knife. Thank you. Please subscribe, hit the like button, show me some love, and I can't wait for the next video because I'm going to show you how to make a blood bag that you can pump yourself. It's pretty cool. You can attach it to whoever the actor is going to be that's going to get stabbed or whatever, and he can pump it and it'll just keep squirting out a ton of blood. Instead of using a squib or, you know, just a little squirter of, you know, the needle. This is way more awesome. It's actually a blood bag with a siphon and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. Thank you. Goodbye.